Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do your February the 9th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay, the title of today's meditation. I have to get it on my other screen so I can actually see it. Sorry about that. I'm sure you guys can see it, but I can't. Okay, it is entitled Purpose and Responsibility. Groups have come together to form service bodies that help them achieve their primary purpose. Service bodies have formed work groups, boards, and committees to accomplish the tasks that support the groups. Guiding Principles, Tradition 9, Opening Essay. In our service bodies, we embrace Tradition 9 when we regularly consider our responsibilities to those we serve. By maintaining H&I panels, hosting recovery events, and furthering NA's reach in other ways through public relations efforts, we make it possible for groups to focus on providing an atmosphere of recovery for members. The purpose of our service bodies is an extension of our group's primary purpose. In our personal recovery, considering the relationship between purpose and responsibility can be helpful too. When we are in a meeting, for example, we might have several reasons for attending. We show up for our own recovery, to carry a message, for coffee or tea, or to see whether that cute person who was there last time came back. Whatever our reasons, thinking about purpose can help us practice responsibility. The meeting exists to create an atmosphere of recovery. So our responsibility in that space is to contribute to that atmosphere, even if the cute person does show up. The same is true for other areas of our lives. Family, work, school, each has a purpose that may or may not align completely with our own. However, there is usually a fair amount of overlap. So we can practice responsibility by attending to that portion of our purpose that aligns with where we are at. We practice responsibility by looking for the overlap in purpose and focus our energy there. The more we practice, the better we get. Fulfilling my purpose involves being responsible. I will consider my responsibilities in each area of my life and try to act accordingly. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. I was thinking, if you could see me behind the scenes rubbing my forehead thinking about this meditation. Oh, wow. I read it and I read it and I read it, but I didn't read it. Oh my goodness. This meditation is uh, applicable. Let me put that out there first. Because a lot of times we think about service work in the sense of signing up for a commitment and then being responsible enough to actually keep the commitment for the length of term that it was written for. So maybe you're supposed to sign up to chair a meeting for 90 days and you do it responsibly. You show up for 90 days, 3 months, handling that responsibility like a rock star, right? That's being responsible. But this component of purpose and responsibility put together is a different sort of beast here, right? It's different because you can sign up for stuff that is not really a part of your purpose. And just because you choose to do it may not necessarily mean that you're supposed to be doing it. You might be doing it for other reasons, or you may be, this needs to be done and no one's stepping up, so I'm going to do it, right? And that's all well and good, but let's focus on purpose for just a second. Because when we think about the purpose of our service bodies, they're an extension of the group's primary purpose, which is to carry the message to the addict, right? The person that is still suffering, right? And what's the message? That any addict can stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live, okay? So that's our primary purpose, and that's the message. So these service bodies line up with that purpose. They're an extension of the group's purpose. Now go past just the group, but not past it. Go to the individual, right? Because we learned the other day that the individual is important to the group and the group is important to the individual in tradition one, talking about unity. So my purpose, 9 times out of 10, does line up with goodwill. 9 times out of 10, it does add up with carrying the message. However, every service opportunity is not for me. I'm far too argumentative to take on certain positions at the area level. I'm far too argumentative. That taps into a whole other energy in me. That is not my purpose. Sharing at a meeting lines up more with what I believe I'm created to do. Even an open talk. But there's some things at the group level you will not see me do. Because I don't believe they're purposeful for me. They tap into the alter ego, and I'm not interested in tapping into that. Okay? When you begin to identify your purpose, and you begin to, as we talked about in the Just for Today, have self-acceptance. When you're talking about your purpose and you take responsibility for it, that means then now you have some self-acceptance about what your purpose is, and you can be responsible for it in how you go about interacting with the fellowship. That is the long version of know yourself so that you can be yourself and then offer yourself in a helpful way. Today, I want for you to be thinking about aligning yourself, your purpose in all your affairs, all areas of your life. As this third paragraph says, the same is true for other areas of our lives. Family, work, school, each has a purpose that may or may not align completely with our own. However, there is usually a fair amount of overlap, so we can practice responsibility by attending to that portion of our purpose that aligns with where we are at. You figure out where you're at first, right? Figure out what that purpose is first so that when other things overlap into it, you know what part of it is yours to be responsible for. Everything is not your responsibility, but where it does overlap naturally, not forcibly, naturally, an authentic overlap, that overlapping section is where you should be responsible. Okay. Hope that helps you. You can take this meditation and you could take it to the bank. You could take this meditation and you can apply it to your relationships. You can apply it to your work relationships. You can apply it to your faith relationships. You could apply this in the sense of that 12th step, practicing these principles in all our affairs. And the principles would be knowing your purpose and being responsible for that and allowing them to work together. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I'm going to enjoy my day. I hope that you will. I know that you will. I know that you will. You will nail this day, and it would be the most beautiful day, the most beautiful February night that you've ever had. Do that on purpose. Talk to you soon. Enjoy your day.